So I just finished the classic Orwell Animal Farm the other day, and I don't know how I haven't read it yet. It's a very good book. Definitely check it out. If you don't want any, I'm not major spoilers here, but just check it out first. But in his book, he covers a lot of good points. He talks about dictatorship and rolling with military power and all this good stuff. I think one of the things that really like drive home to me that I like kind of talk about a lot here is political corruption, especially political corruption and how it's almost within your animalistic nature. Why political corruption happens so often, why we see it everywhere, and right, why you can't avoid political corruption. So in the book, the revolution starts and these two pigs are they're kind of contesting each other, and they're really the only ones fighting with each other. If one of them dies, the other one's probably gonna you can kind of see that the other one would take control, and that's what happens. Not necessarily dies, but Napoleon and Snowball. Napoleon ends up raising these dogs and use the dogs as a symbolism of military force to expel Snowball from the farm, and then he obviously takes control there, and pretty much after that. But that was the main point. That was kind of the starting point of kind of seeing an opportunity and taking it. Because in the beginning we all kind of see everything was going good and all the animals were well fed and they were all happy, supporting each other. And then Napoleon sees an opportunity with these dogs, sees an opportunity to gain himself more power, political power on the farm, make a better life for himself and not the others, give everything to him, but others have little, and that's what he does. That's like basically the definition of political corruption. That's the basis of political corruption, and George Orwell covers this very well in his book, Animal Farm. Like I said, check it out if you haven't checked it out. But it's like just the animalistic nature, the animalistic basis of wanting a better life for yourself, continuing your agenda, continuing what you want to get done at the expense of others. You see an opportunity, you take it. If you're going to take advantage of others, you take it. That's kind of the definition of politics, I almost feel like, in political corruption, where it comes from so much. And it's we kind of see it. The more the time goes on, the worse that it gets. The more political corruption there is, the more it just continues to spiral downwards. And I think that's kind of exemplifies where we are in a society today, where over half of the U.S. population would say that they don't believe that the U.S. government has their best interests involved. It's been so long since our revolution. It's been so long since we've all had the same beliefs and everything, that we're almost seeing like I said, political corruption in Animal Farm is coming true here. Not everybody believes that everybody that the government has the best interest in mind for us. Did Napoleon have the best interest in mind for animals or just for himself? Is the U.S. government, is the government, in general, are they serving you or are they serving themselves? And I think it's even not serving themselves, but just serving others that serve the government, serving the upper class. You know what I mean? Was Napoleon serving the other pigs when they moved into the farmhouse? It was all something to think about. Very good Orwell book. Definitely read it if you haven't read it. I think it's a classic. I don't know how I haven't read it yet, but George Orwell covers political corruption and politics in a very, very short book, and it really just opens your eyes to the atrocities of not only the book, but it kind of it draws a parallel to modern day life. With that being said, that's about it. Stay safe and stay hydrated.